Other than a corrupted save file like that, what's another thing that'll make you just like rage quit a game or just never want to go back to it?
What happened with Bloodlines 2 last night?
What happened?
So got the new Bloodlines Masquerade, which I had forgotten I played Swan Song and didn't like it. I forgot they were part of the same franchise, and I wish I had known that before I'd gotten it. Basically, in the plot, you play a vampire that has woken up from a deep sleep, and in a blood craze kills this detective, this private eye, a vampire private eye for like the undead.
Mm-hmm.
And then this weird thing happens that usually when a vampire kills another vampire and drains them and completely, they get part of their powers and their strength, and there can be only one. But for some reason, in this case, the consciousness of the detective has joined with your character's consciousness. So he's, your little Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
But what you do is you jump back and forth between playing as the main guy or the main the main character, and then jumping over to the detective. The detective bit is so not fun because he's not an elder, so he doesn't have the same powers as Fire. So you go from this like parkour, like really being able to move around the city, to this really stunted. It's like going from being like playing Spider-Man, and then they would when they forced you to play as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
But they just didn't do it in a way. So when they try to make, I guess a long-winded way of saying, when they try to make it two different play styles to really tap into like, okay, well now you're going to do this investigation thing, and they just don't do the transfer over well. Like it came to a screeching halt.
Feels like two different games.
Yeah, and it just the really loses momentum. So I guess pacing can really make me quit something. I don't know if I'm going to go back to it.
Fair.
But hopefully I'm going to...
And you bought it, didn't you?
I'm going to try and do the refund thing because I think it's under 2 hours, what I read.
Yeah.
You only logged in under that, so... How about you?
It makes me quit a game?
Mm-hmm.
I don't just boredom.
Pacing.
Yeah. I mean, if the game just doesn't grab me, because if a game grabs me, I'm going to probably play it pretty much to the end.
Yeah, and it's like I've been playing stuff, and all I really want to do is continue with Hollow Knight, so I'm just going to jump back on the Hollow Knight.
There you go. All right.
Well, this is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
This is Tommy and Jacob's Mixtape. Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
Turkey pierogi was really good. Well, vegan pierogi. It's funny when she said turkey, I was like, it's not real turkey.
It'd be funny if it was.
Right?
Yeah. Welcome back to TJ's Mixtape. I'm Tommy. That's Jacob over there. We're a movie review podcast. We like movies. We like talking about them. So we record it. We put it on the internet. Talk about who made it, who's in it, and then kind of give a rating at the end. The rating is arbitrary, but it's a nice little end to everything. But before we get into what we're doing, we do like to play a game at the beginning of every episode. On previous episodes, we pick 2 random stars and then connect them via co-stars and other films or projects that they were in. Last week was Steve Buscemi to Kristen Stewart.
Yes.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, I got one, but I had to use a Marvel movie.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't you kick us off then?
I mean, do you want to do yours first, actually?
Sure. So Steve Buscemi is in Pulp Fiction with Bruce Willis, who is in What Just Happened with Kristen Stewart.
Who's Steve? Oh, he's the Buddy Holly waiter. So say that again, because as soon as you said Pulp Fiction, I was like, he's not in Pulp. What?
Pulp Fiction, Bruce Willis, and then What Just Happened with Robert De Niro, who Kristen Stewart's in What Just Happened.
What's that?
What Just Happened is like a Be Cool Hollywood producer making a movie.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bruce Willis plays an unruly star that does not want to shave off his beard for the part.
I love that.
And then Robert De Niro is the John Travolta. So
Bruce Willis is playing himself.
Yeah. And John Travolta is, and then De Niro is the John
Travolta character.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I started with Buscemi and Con Air.
Okay.
With John Malkovich, who's in Burn After Reading with Brad Pitt, Brad Pitt's in Deadpool 2. A pretty little small cameo. Yeah. With Ryan Reynolds, obviously. Well, Ryan Reynolds is in Adventureland with Kristen Stewart.
I felt like there was a Brad Pitt connection there. I got really stuck on Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, that's fair. It was
Also, well, what started that actually was because Steve Buscemi's in Spy Kids. That's where I was going to go with that.
That's fair.
Leading to Antonio Banderas. But he doesn't show up on Connect the Stars as being in Spy Kids. So I guess he's uncredited. But
Maybe.
he has like one of the best lines in that movie. I don't know. I just thought that was strange.
Fair.
But yeah, so at the end of this episode, we will randomly generate 2 more stars from the Connect the Stars website. And if you'd like to play along, put it in the comments.
Yeah. Also, I didn't feel super weird using a Deadpool movie because it's
Marvel, but not.
Yeah, it's still Marvel, but it's not like they're in every single Marvel movie together type thing, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll do another one. We'll see who it is, who they are, and we'll connect them again next week.
Yeah.
But this week, I figured out what the name of this block should be.
What?
Dead Parent Brings Family Together.
Oh. I had a joke actually lined up for this.
Yeah.
So we are doing August Osage County. Mm-hmm. For those of you that don't know what it's about, a father's death forces his children to gather, reconcile, and look retrospectively at their lives. If that sounds familiar, that's because that's the synopsis from last week.
It is.
And it fit
perfectly.
I didn't realize that.
They're 2 completely different fills.
But boil it down, and I went, oh, shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was writing the synopsis, and I just thought about it, and I went, oh, I would just rewrite the. So we're just gonna copy and paste it and put it there because didn't realize that we did that, but we sure did.
Oh, I mean that's also gonna be kind of next week as well.
What is next week?
Death at a Funeral.
Ha!
Yeah.
This is the Dead Dad block.
Yeah, it is. Happy Thanksgiving.
Love it. Love it. That was completely by accident. Honest to God, didn't realize we were doing a Dead Dad block, but fitting in many ways.
Yes.
So, starting off. What did you think of it?
I fucking loved it.
Loved it.
Yeah, it was a great ass movie.
Cool. It was very cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like it's pretty hard pressed for especially a Pulitzer Prize winning play be adapted to screen for it to not be really good. You know what I mean?
I respectfully disagree because I could see it completely missing the mark. And
I'm saying a Pulitzer Prize winning play. The writing itself is already like top, like cream of the crop, you know?
Yeah, I know, but there's so many other, when you're, even like just the translation of theater to film, and there's a lot of moving pieces in both where you really could have dropped the ball.
Well, kind of like what we had last week, our original writer, who's our playwright, Tracy Letts, also wrote this screenplay.
Yeah.
So you have, like what you were saying, sometimes that's generally for the better.
Yeah. Can
be for the worse, but like generally
more often than not, if they are involved in that is very helpful because then they are in more control of those moving pieces. But with something like this too,
and more modern playwrights have a lot of influence from film, so it's easier for them to take their stuff and translate it into film as well.
Well, because then they can go, because even then, actually, what I just thought of too is like, this scene, I did originally think of it being in a car, like you were talking about with her getting sick and everything. And it's like, well, now I can do that because we're not on. So maybe actually some of these scenes might have been like, I was actually kind of leaning towards this in my original story, but just there wasn't.
Opened a door for him.
Yeah, to do something maybe originally thought of. But yeah, so August Osage County is a American Gothic, which I didn't even think about until we'll get into the review portion of that. But that was pointed out, and I was like, yes, in a lot of ways, it is an American Gothic.
Tragic comedy.
Tragic comedy about what's done in the dark will be brought to the light.
I mean, that's a good way to put it. I mean, a lot of themes of generational trauma and addiction.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie came out September 9th. 9th at TIFF. 2013, and then it technically was premiered and released before 2014, but what didn't have like a full theatrical release until January 14th of 2014.
I counted for 13 because of the initial.
I counted for 13 as well. I'm saying that it didn't like it was. It had so many film festival things, and then it was like late December where it had like its New York premiere and then LA premiere. And then it got a full theatrical release.
What a Christmas movie this would have been.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
For some reason, I thought Toni Collette was in this. I don't know what I was thinking of.
Oh, what family? There's where she has schizophrenia?
No, that's a show.
It is a show. That's what
United States of Tara.
Yes.
And I'm thinking of a movie. I should go through her list.
Yeah.
I thought she was in this. I thought she was Julia Roberts' character.
I mean, that for what the ages of the characters are in the play makes a lot. That would make a lot more sense. Because in the play, like, nobody, the youngest character is little Charles at 37.
Well, yeah, even the sister, she's like, you're pushing 50. And you're like,
no,
God damn.
No, she's not.
Oh, it looks great.
Yeah.
Oklahoma sun is doing something. But yeah, so this is based on August, Osage County by Tracy Letts, which premiered in 2007. So, 7 years roughly after this got released. He also did the screenplay, like we just discussed. We have done it before. Episode 81 with Bug.
Mm-hmm.
Tracy Letts is also the developer of the United States, the American Shameless TV show.
Yes.
He's the adapter, I guess.
Well, yeah, I think he's like a producer.
Something like that.
Yeah. Which this makes sense for, wait, no. Tracy Letts? I thought that was John Wells.
Yes, you're right. Sorry. I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our director, John Wells,
is the developer.
Developer for the American Shameless and directed a handful of episodes. Also directed a handful of episodes of ER and Animal Kingdom, all kind of like big dramas.
Mm-hmm.
He is more of a producer than like director or writer.
Yeah. And then he has this movie that I want to watch called Burnt. It's a Bradley Cooper chef movie.
Oh, yeah. That's where Bradley Cooper has the freak out scene that got viral.
Yeah.
Or like he like takes the food off the people's table.
Yeah, they're mean to the waitress or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to do a block with that and chef. I've just been trying to figure out a couple. I want to do like
those two just perfect for each other.
Cooking thing.
And then we could do the menu.
Well, I was thinking then maybe something that has more female led, like Julie and Julia.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
2 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I was just mulling it over. How many movies do you have for this year?
I counted like around 29.
I got 30.
Yeah, Tracy Letts, original playwright. He also did a Killer Joe. So he has three plays of his that have been adapted to film. Bug, this one, and Killer Joe.
I think we just need to do Killer Joe next.
I think you just watch Killer Joe. It's got a very uncomfortable scene in it as well. Tracy Letts is really good at writing uncomfortable things.
Oh, that's a good cast.
Matthew McConaughey, Juno Temple.
Thomas Hayden Church.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Tracy Letts is really good at writing broken people is a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is the plot of Killer Joe? A cop moonlights as a hitman.
Yeah. It's the synopsis is going to do it justice.
No, it sounds kind of silly. I don't know why, because it's just like just from reading that, it could be a comedy.
It's got
a dark comedy. A cop who moonlights as a hitman agrees to kill the hated mother of a desperate drug dealer. That's, you know what I mean? That sounds like it could be funny.
I mean, in some ways it is. He's really good at writing tragic comedies as well. I mean, Bug, I wouldn't say is really doesn't have a lot of humor in it, but it's there's like moments where you're like, this is really weird and awkward, kind of like this one.
Yeah.
Let's get into the actors and actresses.
Yeah. So our two leads would be Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts.
Yes, powerhouses, Academy nominees for this.
Oh, nice.
Oscar nominations for this. Also, looking at who won against them, Cate Blanchett won for Blue Jasmine this year. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, there's no way Woody Allen's script with Cate Blanchett was better than Meryl Streep's performance.
I mean, we haven't seen it.
I'm just saying, man, like, no fucking way. Meryl Streep was insane in this. And so was Julia Roberts. Oh, yeah, okay, so Meryl Streep.
And Julia Roberts play mother-daughter duo Violet and Barbara.
Violet, mother, Barbara, daughter.
I put Devil Wears Prada for Streep.
I'm not even saying movies for these people right now. I'm going for the next, like, what it was last week.
Okay.
I got Ewan McGregor next. Oh, I guess, yeah, we only did, like, one movie.
Yeah, we just threw out a movie for them.
That's right.
I put The Island because we did that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Star Wars.
Obi-Wan
Kenobi. Yeah. Abigail Breslin. Oh, wait. Ewan McGregor is Bill, right?
Yes, he is Bill.
Abigail Breslin, their 14-year-old daughter. What's her name?
Jean.
Little
Miss Sunshine.
Little Miss Sunshine's a good one. Maggie. Arnold Schwarzenegger. She's a zombie. Turning into a zombie.
I don't know that one.
You never seen that?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
That sounds weird.
Actually, I think you'd like it.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
I got Margot Mattindale next, who plays Auntie Faye.
I just wrote instant family.
That's what I had an image of her in a movie, and I was just went through the entire list. I'm like, it has to be Instant Family.
She's kind of the same vibe.
Yeah, she's more loving in a different way.
But the loud mother.
But she was also in The Rocketeer that we did.
Was she?
Yeah, and she was like one of the cooks at the.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then we got Chris Cooper, who plays Charles.
American Beauty.
Yeah, that's a good one. Wait, he was the Green Goblin and the Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, he was Norman Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man.
He was, yeah.
Then I got Julianne Nicholson, who plays Ivy.
The middle sister, Ivy.
Ivy, yeah.
Tanya. I don't know who she is.
I don't think I've really ever seen her in anything.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Nothing really stood out to me.
It's like I saw her like entire list. I was like, I feel like I should have seen something. Then I got Juliette Lewis next.
Plays Karen. I put Natural Born Killers.
That's a good one. The other sister.
The other sister. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dermot Mulroney, who played Steve. Is that his name?
Yeah. Family Stone.
Sure. I'm just going to stick with that one.
Okay.
Wait, no. What was the third movie that we did? Okay. Family Stone. What else did you say?
I don't remember anymore.
Okay. This is our fourth time doing him?
Third time doing him.
This is our third time doing. Oh, okay. Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Zodiac.
Zodiac. Right.
Yeah. Then we got Benedict Cumberbatch.
Who plays Little Charles, Doctor Strange.
Schmog.
Yeah, I've had a feeling.
Misty Upman, who she plays Joanna, the native nurse. She is actually also, she passed away in 2014.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't see
that. Blunt force trauma to the head.
Jeez.
But she was a Seattle actress.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was actually just I just happened to be actually read her bio on IMDb, and I was like, whoa, what? Oh, okay, cool.
Interesting.
And then the last one, point out Sam Shepard, who plays Bev, the father.
Yes.
Sam Shepard is also a playwright and a mentor to Tracy Letts.
Oh.
Sam Shepard wrote a play that I think was a big inspiration for this story, as well as been a big inspiration for a lot of stuff I've written, called Buried Child. It has some of the most uncomfortable moments on stage that I've ever read. I've never been able to see a live performance of it, but it's super. It's this screenplay times 10.
Oh wow.
Of uncomfortability and family drama. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's about all we got for that.
You want to give us our scores?
There's a lot of people, man. Yeah. Let's go into reviews. Let's just get into this. Yeah. I got a 7.2 on IMDb, and then a 67% tomato meter and a 65% popcorn meter. And I'm very shocked at that. They're not super low, but I'm shocked that they're not higher. Honestly.
Well, this is the thing. And this is a good segue into it, because on Metacritic, this has a 58 with a mixed or average.
That's wild.
But here's the more wild part. So there are 24 positive, 20 mixed, and 1 negative. Mm-hmm. So it's almost just right down the middle. And that kind of makes sense to me, actually. That there is this kind of divide because you just didn't get it.
Maybe.
Well,
they just missed the mark.
Yeah. But with a positive, with an 88, Joe Williams at St. Louis Dispatch. For those who appreciate fiery dialogue delivered by fine actors, August Osage County is heaven sent. And I think that's the movie. This is a really great, just actors acting and really knocking it out of the park, even the people that have little bit parts, because even then it's like Ewan McGregor. The ones that have the most screen time are Meryl Streep and Julia Roberts. First Meryl, then Julia.
All the sisters.
But those two are really becoming focus.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like Ewan McGregor is kind of just in it, and then he has one scene where he has a fight with Julia Roberts. It's like everyone has a scene. All right, here's your moment in this movie. Here's your moment in this movie, in this story. Because even the scene with Big Charlie, like his onslaught of his wife for being as cruel as she is, like that's his, it's like everyone's got their little bits and pieces that really shine,
Even like little Charlie, and little Charles only has like the sweet moments. He's about to reveal to the family.
Yeah, he gets the kind of the rug pulled out from underneath him.
Yeah. Also, I'll wait.
Where did I put that? Oh, that's why. So with a mixed at the New York Daily News with a 60 by Elizabeth Weitzman. No, wait. Sorry, that's not the wrong one. New Orleans Time by Mike Scott with a 60 still. Not, in other words, a happy story. It's not a story of redemption or healing or finding happiness amid the despair. It is about reaping what one sows. But damn those performances, damn that dialogue, damn that's good stuff.
Maybe that's what people didn't like about it, is that there is a lack of catharsis in this.
That's kind of why I wrote that one down, because there isn't, but that's again
and I think that's what makes it so good, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's kind of the point, is because it's it's a depiction of family trauma in life, and in life there isn't happy endings sometimes, and it's not really even I don't know. I mean, it's kind of seems like Julia Roberts got some kind of catharsis because she took off, but like
there is a sense of that she escaped what was about to become.
Yeah, or she escaped becoming her mother.
Yeah,
which is very poignant at the end.
Oh, very much so. Yeah.
I did write down another mixed. Oh, yeah. At film.com by Larmy Liggle, who gave it a 48. What's truly unnerving about the whole thing is how good certain scenes are and how great a few of the performances come off, especially Roberts and Streep. They're doing amazing work. Only it's the equivalent of building a lovely home on a foundation of quicksand, which I thought was an interesting way to
say
look
that
at
last sentence again.
They're doing amazing work, only it's the equivalent of building a lovely home on a foundation of quicksand.
Okay. Yeah.
I just thought that was an interesting way to put it. And then very last, then we can move on from this. The one negative with a 25 by Mick LaSalle at the San Francisco Chronicle. August Osage County was a 3-hour play that felt like 2 hours. It's been made into a 2-hour movie that feels like a month.
Okay. Just didn't like it then. Well, it's interesting is like looking at the differences between the play and this is obviously the movie can take place at multiple locations while the play takes place in just the house. And the sheriff actually has a little bit more of like a character. And the timeline of it all is stretched out just a little bit more in the play. Like at the end, when Ivy comes back for that final scene, it's been 7 days of Barbara and Vi alone together, and Barbara is just a drunk and is just very incoherent. Well, is coherent, but like becoming her father, and her mother, letting the addiction, the heritage of that come through, type thing,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wonder why they pulled that back.
I was wondering that too.
Like it wouldn't have been hard to do, to set in motion that it has been a week that they've been alone together.
I mean, it could have. I mean, it isn't explicitly said in the movie as well.
How long it's been.
It could have been a couple of days as well.
Yeah, but I just think, a lot of the time there's the eat the carrot and just move on with it. But that is an important piece of information too. Yeah. But even then, Julia Roberts, Barbara didn't. She hadn't succumbed yet to it. She was in the beginning stages.
Exactly,
of
and
the
that
transformation.
And that might have just been a thing that Tracy lets want. Like, it's like for a film, let it be more subtle.
Yeah.
As opposed to with the play, you can like really just like, because I feel like in a theatrical setting, there's a lot more, since it's such a niche, like container, like presentation type thing. You can get away with a lot more like in your face kind of shit, because it's like for a movie, it's a general audience is going to see it. When it's a play, it's a very specific group of people that are familiar with this that are going to go.
Yeah,
see
you just have to handle exhibitions differently.
Yes, exactly.
Transitions and stuff like that.
But
it's like.
Oh yeah, I wanted to also say, like, as we get into the themes and whatnot, the quick trigger warning, content warning.
This whole movie is a trigger warning.
Yes, this whole movie is a content trigger warning.
If you think it's in there, it's probably in there.
Yeah. So if you don't want to listen to any of that,
thank you for listening. Have a good one. We'll see you next week. So yes, for those that maybe aren't aware or just need a refresher, this movie is about a couple, an older couple, and the husband, father goes missing, drawing in the 3 children into the midst, only to discover that he has died. And then from there, we ensue into...
Well, it's like once he has passed, that's when Karen comes back.
Yeah. But it like starts off with the 2 older sisters. Baby sister comes in once the father's passed. But basically now them all being under one roof, including aunt, uncle, cousins, all this kind of stuff, is opening up a bunch of
skeletons in the closet,
unresolved issues in this family.
The dinner scene is like what, a half hour long.
I was talking about it, and it reminded me of the bear.
The Bears Christmas scene episode?
Yeah. I was like, okay. And I was like, that's why I was recommending it to her, being like, I think you'd like it. It's that kind of, the whole movie is that.
Yeah.
But it's really just interesting. And I have to keep myself in check too, because if you've been listening to this podcast at all, you know that I'm just a sucker for dialogue, and which is only funny too, because you think I like plays more because of that, but I don't like plays.
I just feel like you've been experienced the wrong plays as well. I always say that.
Yeah. But this is just a very dialogue heavy movie, and Meryl Streep, what is her name in The Bear? Who plays the mom?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Thank you, Jamie Lee Curtis.
I haven't even seen it.
I know. I just kept blanking. I could see her. I just couldn't think of her name.
We just talked about her.
But
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Meryl Streep is the matriarch of this family, and she is a pill-popping lunatic narcissist with cancer.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it. And then it's just basically all these children...
What's crazy about Violet is that...
navigating around her.
Well, I mean, them all navigating around, yeah. But what's crazy about her is that she... even though that she's high or what have you all the fucking time, she knows everything that's happening in this family.
Well, but
she uses it as ammunition to get her way.
Well, because she's incredibly intelligent.
Yes.
A lot of addiction issues also come from highly intelligent people that have very deep-seated issues that have not been resolved. And through dialogue, we start to get glimpses of what her childhood was like.
Yeah.
And even then, that's like, those are the things she's willing to talk about.
Yeah.
So who knows what else has been going on. We hear 2 stories.
One story from her childhood, I want to say.
Well, there's the being attacked with a hammer.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
And then the shoes.
Yeah.
Which, so not only are you talking about physical violence from someone,
one of her mother's gentleman callers
or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's also the psychological aspect of her mother being very just cruel.
Cruel.
No other word for it.
Yeah.
Than a very mean-spirited, cruel woman who, and just for context, basically we get this story from Meryl Streep about how she was in love with this boy when she was 13, or he was 13, whatever, around that age. And he had these beautiful cowboy boots, and then she wanted a pair of cowboy boots to like get an in with him, and was begging her mother from them, and her mother started dropping hints for weeks about the Christmas present being those boots. And then finally on Christmas Day, after the unveiling, the opening of the present, it is a pair of beaten up men's work boots covered in mud and dog shit. And her mother laughed about it for days. And you go, holy shit.
And you see this weird reflection that Violet's having of like, I've become my mother, and like, the life I've given you is these shoes.
And then, and her whole thing, like, she was a mean woman. I guess that's where I get it from, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I just love to also Barbara being like, do not tell me that's the end of the story.
Yeah, Barbara's like, this is fucked up. Is this some type of... because Barbara's sitting there's like, is this going to be your excuse why you're this way? Like, and Barbara's like, just fucking no bullshit.
Yeah, but I mean,
but she's her own broken kind of character.
Made me appreciate my mom.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's really just what you're going into this. If you've ever been interested in this, because I do vaguely remember this coming out. I would have been 20 something.
Yeah, it came out when you had already moved over here.
Yeah, so I'd have been like 20 something. So it doesn't surprise me. I didn't see it when it came out. This would not have been my cup of tea.
I mean, this came out while I was at Cornish, and all of my teachers were raving about it.
Yeah, but like this movie is just such a heavy dialogue about trauma, and just such a beautiful way too, because a lot of the time, like, the most detail we get is that shoe story, because even then we bring up Violet brings up the hammer thing, and then we just kind of move on from it really quick because of everything else going on.
Well, she brings it up as
ammunition.
Yeah, it was like, you don't know what.
Yeah, but it's like
blah, blah,
all I'm saying is this, like, from the standpoint of dialogue writing.
Yeah,
it's like these are it feels just so real because these are how the conversations would go.
It's like the dialogue is so great, but the best moments are the characters when someone else is talking and what they're doing. Like Meryl Streep watching her family at dinner is like, she's literally just like, she's like looking out of like the top of her eyes, like looking for her next
like victim.
Yeah. You know, look, I won't say anything about that thing. I'm not going to say about that, but like, or like, she's just ready to just pounce and control, you know? Ewan McGregor, when he's sitting there, like he's saying those dumb, like, second, like, what am I trying to say?
Whoa.
My brain just
yeah. I just saw it happening.
His like little comments, like peanut gallery shit, like, dude, shut up, stop talking. Well, don't say anything.
Well, I mean, I think the magnus opus of this entire thing is that dinner scene, because even then, it's like he is the man that stands out the most too, because if you watch, and that's why it would be fun to rewatch this, to watch different characters and how they're interacting with the scene, because of the fact that Ewan McGregor during that scene is not amused by anything that these people find amusing.
Yeah.
Steve is, because Steve is kind of a piece of shit, and everyone else is also.
He's like, wow, this is a train wreck, man.
Yeah. But McGregor, Ivy, and Bill are not very amused with these people.
And Charles is just kind of like a broken man. Like, he has no backbone is a good way to put it.
Charles?
I
think Bill doesn't have any backbone. I think because Charles, I guess they all do stand up at a certain
point. But Charles, like, the biggest thing that Charles has, he's making fun of the 14-year-old through the entire dinner.
Yeah, but he's an Oklahoma man making fun of the vegan.
The thing that he's doing is like very fitting for the character, but his entire grace is just awkward and bad. And
well, that's an amazing scene too.
Through it,
but talking about what you're talking about with her like watching everything, is that when he is presented as the patriarch of the family, I went, she's not gonna like that.
No, not at all. Yeah,
she's not gonna like that at all. But even then, I wanted to make a comment what you said too about the watching what the other's doing, because even that scene where Charlie is talking to Maddie Faye and her reaction and how she's ingesting what is being said to her, it doesn't feel like acting. This feels like a couple that's been together for 28 years, and she is having this falling in love and heartbreak moment simultaneously, because this man that she loves, obviously cares for, maybe love is too strong a word, but her person for 28 years is 38 is having a breakdown because of the way that she is treating their son. Then we find out shortly after, not his son. He doesn't know that. So not only is he standing up to her and being a stand-up man and defending this person that he cares about, his son
in his eyes,
but she's also, I got this giant secret that I can't tell you, or
which is also a reason why she's constantly lashing out at her.
But I can't explain that to you.
There's so much nuance in every little bit of this screenplay.
Well, and even and like that too. It's like this little Charlie is this living, breathing admission of guilt, and that's why she treats him that way. She can't tell her husband that. I mean, she could, but she's not going to.
They don't break that man.
Yeah, like, and then so it's just, and for context,
especially
too,
like for a man of that age, for him to find out that that's not my son that I've been standing up for 30 years.
I think Charlie would be fine. I think he'd be the type that it's
maybe.
I know we're just speculating, but I think Charlie is that kind of
man. That's the thing, is like, this is one of those screenplays that, like, since it comes from a play, those are things that as an actor, you can choose what that would look like. Like what if, you know, you do an acting exercise and if I'm playing Charles, like you do an acting exercise where you are told that little Charles is not your son. And then you as the actor play that out and you either discover what that looks like, and then you can use that as fuel of the character in the play. Like, it may not be information that they know, but it informs you on who they are as an internal person, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, this script, a lot of scripts like this, I don't even say like This Is Where I Leave You is a good script for that as well. You know, this is just so character driven. And I feel like this one though has like the representation of generational trauma of how we see it from Violet and Bev onto the three daughters. And then we hear about it from Violet, like the grandmother's, you know, type shit. Because like what Violet's mother was doing with the gentleman collars and the boots and whatnot. And then Bev, the father, who we find out for 6 years of his life or so,
lived in a Pontiac.
Lived in the back of a car.
Yeah.
With his parents, you know?
Well, it's like, even like, you know, it's the comparing to This Is Where I Leave You. Like this is kind of in retrospect, This Is Where I Leave You's kind of biggest fault is how hard they're trying to get you to laugh at certain things. And this just isn't trying to at all, but they are really similar in a lot of ways. Because even then, again, if you boil it down, both have an overbearing mother. It's just in This Is Where I Leave You. It's just kind of funny because she talks about sex. She's
also not abusive. In this way.
Not that way. I was like, yeah I mean, your children being uncomfortable with your open sexuality.
And This Is Where I Leave You has this like quirky, it's like, I'm going to make you sit down at Shiva.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is
like, we're all here because he died, and they kind of like, we feel like we have to be here.
Yeah.
And then here's family dinner that doesn't go well.
No.
Dude, also like, I knew more or less the premise of this story I've read the play. I didn't really remember because I read it way back in Cornish. So like the incest storyline, I confused the characters with, but your reaction to first when you see them almost kiss, and you're like, whoa, you're like, what?
They're cousins.
They're cousins, right? Like,
but then I immediately went like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, no, exactly. You're like, well, yeah, you're just like, it's a construct. They're just making it shock, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, add more layers of drama to this drama of whatnot, because this family's, you know, super fucked up already as it is. Why not?
Why not have some cousin fucking?
And then
I know what it is actually. Is the cousin fucking's like the least of the issue. Actually, in the grand scheme of everything happening, that's an issue.
But then you find out
that they're actually
half siblings.
Yeah.
And that Bev is the father of little Charles. And you're what? It's everyone's reaction. Whenever you don't know, and every person I've talked to that, or as I've seen them read the script, that they go through, they're like, what?
I mean,
like, because it's weird that you just let the cousin thing pass, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, now I feel really weird about it, knowing that they're siblings.
They can't have kids. They didn't grow up as siblings. They're basically just two adults at that point. I don't know. I'm like,
it's fucking weird. But it turns into, like, I was asking you that question of, if you fell in love with somebody and then found out they're a half sibling, like, what would that do to that love for that person? Would it stop it? Would it corrupt it? Would you ignore it? Would you want to forget it? You know?
Yeah. I mean,
you'd probably want to forget it, obviously, but like,
well, and it's just one of those things like I told you, and I'm happy to say on camera too, is like, you don't know.
Yeah.
There's no way to, there's certain situations.
Unless it actually happens to you.
Yeah. And God forbid, but it's one of those situations you cannot prepare for that.
No, not at all. Not at all. Dude, also, when
you can prepare for a boat turning over, okay, get the live chat, but
Annie Faye, just the way that also Margot delivers that fucking line too. She's like, they can't be together. That can't happen. And they share blood. And Julia Roberts as Barbara, just like, I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Yeah. Well, then it also puts Julia Roberts in this. I don't know. That was just so messy.
I mean, so much. Like, Barbara feels like, because of her raising, she feels like she's has this responsibility to take care of every problem in this goddamn family.
Well, yeah, because she's the oldest.
Yeah. And so her running away kind of like, did things. But then Margot just or not Margot, Annie Faye just continues that trauma for Barbara of making Barbara feel like making Barbara have to be the one to pick up the pieces of it.
Responsible for now.
For her mistake, for her affair.
Yeah. For now, these two other people's love life, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't have kids, so that's do you think that she told him? Do you think that Ivy told little Charles?
I don't think so.
I don't think he could handle that.
I don't think he could. And I think
he'd blow his head off.
I think she actually does leave to New York with him.
I think so too. I think she.
But she's never going to be the same with him again, and he's never going to understand why.
Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be very terrible. Yeah, unfortunately.
And then
no one really makes it out of this. Okay.
And then we have New York, some fucking county up there, to play Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to bring up the themes of addiction in this as well, because one of the craziest things I find in it is the way that Violet talks about Bev's alcoholism is as if it was a thing that she found attractive.
Yeah, I think it's broken people finding broken people.
Well, yeah, but it's just like maybe just like a brush off of like I never cared about his alcoholism, that never bothered me. But she starts talking about it in a almost like in a romantic way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yes, but it's also just this. It's kind of all just justification. Because even there's this one bit that I really liked where she's taking her medication. She says one for me and one for the girls. That I took that. You can take that any way you want. I took it as justification of this one's for me to feel normal. This one's to be normal to my girls.
Something, yeah.
Very addict behavior, very addict frame of thinking.
Justification of your actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very much so, yeah.
So, but yeah, with the whole... And it's like, yeah, because as long as Bev is drinking, then she can keep doing her pills.
I meant to look up that T.S. Eliot poem.
Oh.
Because so the play ends with Joanna holding Bev like that, quoting that T.S. Eliot poem.
Because he gave her the book.
Yeah, that's not even in the play.
Oh. Okay.
That opening scene.
Yeah.
Bev isn't even. Oh wait. Yeah, no, he is in a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there is a little bit of that scene, that introduction. But yeah, it's the bookend of it all.
I think I got it, but just maybe say it out loud to help me clarify. There's that big reveal that Violet knew that Bev was going to kill himself. I kind of felt like I was missing something there. So she got so concerned about him killing himself that she went and got the safety deposit box kind of to save her own ass when she could have used the time to go and stop him instead. Is that the big reveal?
Yes. Okay. She knew where he was. She knew he was going to be at the motel. She didn't reach out or anything. She chose to go get her money.
And then she reached out. By that time, it was too late. And that's the big...
I don't even think then he just gone. She never reached out.
No, she said she called the hotel.
Oh, that's right.
On Monday. But I think that the point of that was she was waiting for the banks to open.
Yeah.
So she waited till Monday, got the safety deposit box, and then reached out.
Mm-hmm.
And then her whole, if I wasn't fucked up.
In the play, there is a scene with Barbara and the sheriff. And the sheriff reveals to Barbara that he was at the motel and that Bev knew.
So it's the sheriff that tells, not
in the play.
Violet. Okay.
Yeah, but I think for time, and I think Tracy Letts wanted to condense it and just make the Ivy, Barbara, Violet.
Yeah. Take out another middleman.
Yeah, exactly.
Just streamline the process because that's a good thing. That's a good edit to do.
Also in the play, the whole Scott Jean thing when Joanna attacks him with a shovel.
Oh yeah.
So Joanna attacks him with a frying pan.
Okay.
And then Jean attacks Joanne for getting involved. For getting involved, yeah. Because even though that he this in the play 50-year-old man is forcing himself onto a 14-year-old girl, she feels like she also it's weird how she's like, why would you stop that? It's like because you were telling him to stop, So again, generational trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a weird. It just trickles down. Everything just trickles down.
Well, it's always diluted.
Yeah.
Because you look at...
Oh, no, I'm not saying like trickle down or like from like difference between play to... I'm talking about the generational trauma of like...
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying because if you look at Violet's mom and then her and then you look at Julia Roberts, Barbara's character. Yeah. It's like she still has a lot of...
She's a 14-year-old girl who smokes weed and smokes cigarettes.
Yeah. But she also has some of that kind of cold, calculating bit of her mom, but it's a little more diluted because of Bev, her dad, who was the poet and, had his issues, but was more of an artistic mindset, I guess you could say. And she definitely has that. But, and that's what's kind of nice, too, is a lot of it's not on the nose. Like, that Bill and Barbara are dealing with a separation and infidelity and stuff. And it's just through dialogue. There's not some big, like you get... From their fight, you can now gather that Barbara is upset with his parenting style, which seems to be more lax than she would care for. Mm-hmm. He thinks that she's kind of a shrill, cold bitch. And more or less.
I love that when he's like, Barbara, I love you.
He says all these nice things about her, and then...
But God, you are a difficult person.
Pain in my ass. Okay. And, so and then we're like, okay, so he feels that he has been driven into the arms of another woman by her personality, but he still loves her and okay, blah, 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 blah. And then scenes later, we now realize that this was a young woman, not only from the dinner scene, but then the daughter making that comment about her just being a few years older than me. And you're like, oh, wait, how young are we talking?
Yeah.
Because at first, it's a younger woman, but if he's 50, it's like a younger woman.
In the play, it is revealed that it was one of his students.
Ooh.
College students.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But, it's like if in the play, in this, if he's 50, then she's 25. But the way she said that is like, are we talking about
17? 16?
18?
Is she legal?
Like, how old are we talking?
Yeah. Two key moments I want to bring up before we wrap it up is the power. I'm going to say, I don't know. Well, one is the power moment of Julia Roberts when Barbara attacks Violet to get the pills.
I'm in charge.
Yeah, it's like, look at me. I am the captain now.
I thought of Rorschach. You're not trapped in here with me, or whatever he says. Oh, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're trapped in here with me.
Yeah, but Julia Roberts such a commanding moment in that scene, and how it's terrifying, but it's also you're like, yes, finally somebody get this woman some help or get these pills out of here.
She's just tired of doing it because then she immediately has their plan.
Yep.
You do the usual, and
that she's flushing all the pills. Looks at her sister like, how long is this going on? And I was like, fucking forever still.
Yeah,
and you're not doing anything?
What the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah.
It's like, it really becomes, especially as
you're the one that was always in control of this shit. She's
but
saying
also,
to Barbara, unsaying, but saying to Barbara.
No, but then we also have the conversation with them in the little gazebo thingy.
Yeah.
Where Ivy's like, I throw my hands up from this shit, dude.
Yeah.
Y'all did it already. I've been sticking around, and I'm taking a page from you. I'm done.
I'm bouncing.
I'm not doing this no more.
Yeah.
And again, it's just and that's why it's a great movie, because it's like there's all these little things and they have these really subtle little callbacks. Mm-hmm. It's like at first you kind of think, well, it's layered because it's like Ivy's the middle child. She's kind of the one that's been ignored. She's the quiet, the kind of pushover, the weak one, as Violet calls her. And so we have this whole thing. And then when she has that kind of shrug moment about the pills, you kind of think it's that. And it's like, well, actually, it's not. It's not that, because we find out later in the dialogue at the gazebo that she's done. Mm-hmm. She is done being the one responsible because she feels abandoned by these two, not even sisters, these two women.
Two who she's considered strangers now.
Yeah.
Just because we have genetic connection doesn't mean we're sisters.
Yeah. And she's like, I don't really give a shit about it.
I connected with that line. So
I was like, she doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
And justifiably.
Oh, no, a random grouping of cells. Yeah. And then, also there's that beautiful shot at the beginning with Violet in the mirrors.
That was cool.
And I love it's the multiple faces that Violet has,
Meryl just did that almost like dementia moments of lucid, and then being present, not being present thing. Mm-hmm. Like when Barbara leaves and she starts having her freak out, and then she goes and puts on the music, the Eric Clapton or whoever, I can't remember.
Yeah, Eric Clapton.
puts on the Eric Clapton, and then she starts looking for Bev
Mm-hmm.
for having this moment of forgetting.
It's like she's really having a break. She's having a mental breakdown, and dementia is kicking in.
Because also of all these years of pill abuse, the doctor's basically like, yeah, she has minor brain damage,
and she's sobering up now. So it's like, her brain is going through a whirlwind issue,
a whirlwind of chemical changes. It was just
the big one of my favorite so the mirror shot, obviously the scene with Julia Roberts attacking, and then after Ivy runs out, and then Barbara comes back into the house. You have that it's Meryl Streep in the forefront and Barbara in the background, and their robes are mirroring each other. And it's literally it's like Barbara, you really see at that moment, Barbara has been slowly becoming her mother.
Well, yeah, and even eat the catfish, and they start breaking shit. And this is just one of those families that just probably shouldn't be around each other anymore.
Yeah.
Just gonna go with Dunzos.
Vi will have Auntie Faye to be around every once in a while. And the children are probably
gone.
Yeah. I mean, Karen also running away with Scott, pretending like nothing ever happened. Her denial of whatever life she thinks she's gonna live.
Well, yeah, but that's also just it's like that whole scene where they're talking about the sideboard. And Karen is hinting that she'll take it and just utterly ignore
and Vi's not even paying attention,
not even looking at her.
It's like, I'm not off. Like, why would you get it?
She doesn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah,
she doesn't even acknowledge that we're having that conversation. Karen might as well be in the backyard at that point. Like, she's not even in the room.
Yeah,
and then
and that's like if it's from people that have been in like bigger families that talk about like being the youngest or one of the youngers, like how you do feel forgotten sometimes. I mean, the middle child specifically, but like sometimes as the younger, you're just like, I was the youngest and I was just.
Well, and that's just because even then too, it's like, it's so funny, not funny, but it's just again a testament to the writing. Because then again, in the gazebo scene's great too. That's just because it's, it's this screened up little building and they're away and it's
this little escape away from.
But then when they walk out, the mother's been sitting there listening the whole time, and and it's
like it's always there. The presence of them always. She's lurking.
She's constantly watching,
lurking.
But then it's like Karen has this whole. She still feels them as sisters, and it's like, yeah, she would. She's the baby. So when she was growing up, these people, you know what I mean?
I looked up to you two as like, you were my heroes.
You're my sisters, and it's to them, it doesn't feel that way because they took off. And, so there is this generational divide kind of happening.
Yeah.
And again, it's really not shoved in your face. It's just really subtly talked about just from the way that they are acting. And I don't mean in the sense of an actor. I mean the way that their behavior.
The characters themselves.
Yeah.
The written behavior of the character.
The written behavior. Like, and everyone nails it.
Our
really.
introduction of Karen. She talks for like 3 minutes straight. And is obviously very mama's girl because it does not seem very emotional about the father passing away. No, she was probably. Honestly, she's probably more raised by Barbara more than anyone.
Exactly, and I think but also I think that dad was kind of a waspy alcoholic that kind of kept to himself.
His oldest daughter is,
Yeah. And then she was never good enough for mommy, so she needs to.
That's why she created her own world to go to.
And that's why she's into the older man.
Yeah.
Because she's looking for being doted on by an older man because her father. And this is all just speculation from what you're watching of these characters and what you're learning about them through their actions and words.
In the play, she's like 40 and he's 50, so they're really not that far in age.
Well, no, but
I think it's kind of
no. Even this, she even says they're only 10 years apart.
Yeah.
But it's just he's this suave older man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just again, it's all what you pick up on.
That's one thing I will say, and then we can kind of wrap it up. Is I feel like with your casting in this movie, the actors and actresses, Tracy Letts should have adjusted the age of the characters to be more of the age of the actors.
Yeah.
Because I would say Julia Roberts, like Barbara is supposed to be almost 50.
Yeah.
And Julia Roberts is, or maybe like 47. Like Julia Roberts is like, I don't know, maybe 40 when this was filmed.
Yeah.
And then what's her name? Julianne Nicholson in the play, she's 44. For her to say almost 50 is kind of a jab.
That could have been it too.
Yeah.
That could have been a turning
Fair.
into mother moment.
Yeah.
Actually.
I rounded up.
Yeah. Just to, you're old.
Yeah.
That actually makes more sense now that we're talking about it.
That's true. That's very true.
That was
But even still, this, it's like mid 30s makes more sense.
Yeah.
And then little Charles being maybe late 20s.
Yeah.
Or maybe even early 30s. Like, it's just, it doesn't, I guess it did kind of take me out for a hot second when she said that. I was like, there's no way, because I'm like, there's no way that woman's almost 50.
Yeah, but again, I think that that's what that, because I was during that scene where she is mirroring her mother, and I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
She's just mirroring her mother. What do you want to give it?
I want to give it a 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to give it a 5.
Really?
Yeah, I can't think of anything wrong with this movie. I mean, wrong in the sense of the content of what it is, because there's a lot of traumatic stuff in it, but that's the point of the movie. It's cinematically is great. Like, it's pretty incredible. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I can't really.
I mean, we can go to a 4 or 5 if you like. It's not there.
I think what it is that there are these themes of generational trauma and addiction, and there's trauma in general, but they're not really spoken about. It's just kind of shown.
Yeah, but that's, to me, that's how it is.
And I think maybe what it was for when my first thought was like, there is the lack of catharsis kind of does sometimes, like, I don't know, but yeah, that is kind of like the message of this.
And it's like, think about the things that as you have gotten older, you have learned about your family that you didn't know as a child because it was inappropriate to talk to.
Yeah.
But then you kind of hit this weird threshold. You kind of cross this line where, well, you're an adult now, you can handle it. And you're like, well, I don't need still.
I didn't need to know any of that.
I still don't need to know it. You know, like, that's your business.
Yeah.
You know, you hear things about your grandparents or this or that, and you just are like, okay, sure. And it's almost like they want, like, people sometimes just want to let you know how bad they had it.
Yeah.
Or in some cases, depending on the personality type, want to search the memory of someone that did them wrong. And if, it's like, you should know. And it's like, you don't need to. It's like, let's say your grandmother was a type of way, but she was really kind to you. It's like, keep that then. Let them keep that kind grandmother. They don't need to know that she was a terrible mother that did this and that. They don't need to. And that's why I liked it, because it's like, this is everybody just letting everything out of the bag. So, I mean, I say at least a 4.5.
Give it a 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just didn't think you were going to give it a 5.
Yeah, because I can't think of anything wrong with it. Everybody's perfect in it. Like, I think the acting's great.
Acting's fantastic. Meryl Streep is a powerhouse in this movie.
Well, even then, it's like and that's what's crazy, is that you have these powerhouses, you have these really incredible people in it.
Oh, and you said this was your first
time I really appreciate Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Like, nothing, it's not like I'm like, fuck Julia Roberts. I've never really had an opinion about her.
Yeah.
Pretty in Pink and Hook and whatever.
Sorry, Pretty in Pink?
I mean, Pretty Woman. Sorry.
There we go.
But, Pretty Woman, Hook, that kind of shit. I just always been kind of like, okay. Like,
My best friend's wedding.
Yeah, she's just there.
You've never seen Aaron Brockovich then, have you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I just thought that, because then that's what I was going to say, is you have these two powerhouses, because I'm saying them specifically because they are so much in the forefront and we deal with them. Well, and they deal with a lot of everyone else,
Mm-hmm.
But then it trickles down to even the people, like I was saying in the beginning of this, everyone has a scene. That scene with Charlie defending his son, quote unquote, got me choked up a little bit. I was like, he is at a loss at what to do with this woman, and does not and will never understand why his wife is so mean to their son. The dude doesn't know it's not his son. Mm-hmm. Or we never know if he knows.
And it's like, it's literally, it's his fight. You get his last stand pretty much, because at the beginning, he even saying at the beginning, he's like, don't stop talking mean about that kid. He's fine. Yeah, he's going on.
Yeah. Like, are you saying our boy isn't bright? No, that's what I'm saying. You get these little jabs, and then finally it comes into fruition. Mm-hmm. And he basically says, if you keep it up, I'm going to leave you.
Yeah.
And even the beginning of the movie, she makes a comment about if you leave me 2 days to get your head on straight. That's what I mean. That's why I think it's just incredible, because there's all these little moments where you can see, okay, here's A, and we got to this point, now we're coming back around to the little foreshadowing of how
it's it in a weird way. You can just kind of see why it's a Pulitzer Prize winning screener play.
Yeah. But yeah, so I thought this movie was damn near perfect for what it was. And again, that's why when we review things and we put the number on them, we go in the context of what we're talking about. A movie about trauma, generational trauma. And
see, it's like, I was saying of this thing in a 4, just like, as just, it's like, because I guess because it doesn't, it's not like a Moonlight,
No. Yeah.
It's close.
I think that's pretty damn close.
But I mean, we already gave it the 5, but it's like or where was I going with that? Where was I going with my brain? I can't remember now.
I mean, Moonlight is actually great because Moonlight is also about generational trauma. And,
true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And obviously they're very different because of the context of what they are.
Yeah.
Because you have Moonlight with a black gay man dealing with that. And then you have this, which is
dealing with masculinity, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Southern Gothic tale about specifically more mother, the kind of the focus is the mother matriarch trauma that has trickled down from her mother to the mother to the mother. Now going into Jean,
who you don't get a lot, but kind of maybe the inclination that she may have driven her husband
to kill himself.
Yeah.
Because of her just being this miserable, toxic person. So it's like, and for what you're talking about, they both kind of knocked it out of the park.
Or that could have been his whole fucking is like, you know what? I'm going to end it on my terms because the tortured artist of him took over.
I took it as he was just tired.
That's fair.
That's why he got Joanna. Mm-hmm. He got someone to take care of her.
Oh, he hired Joanna, and then he went and...
Yep. He was in that moment. Because he even
I need to look at the T.S. Eliot poem now. Fuck.
His only reprieve is his books, is where he can get lost. He feels completely trapped, and there's just this mean, snarky, snarling woman just kind of around. He just doesn't know what to do anymore.
So, when she gets close, leans into him.
Yeah.
And he refuses to look her in the eyes.
But it's also, he is a man of his worth, and until death do us part, I'm just going to take care of the death part. I think that was all very planned, and I think that was his last I love you to her. It was like, I'm going to leave someone. You're a problem now. Peace.
Fuck, that's so dark.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I thought it was incredible. This is not something I would go in and be like, you know what I feel like walking? I feel like walking. Like I would watch it again because I would like to just rewatch the actors.
I like watching scenes.
And watching other people because of the fact there are so many people and so many moments. Mm-hmm. Like I was super captivated with Ian McGregor during that
dinner scene.
I would like to watch it again and watch the other people more because I was just like, this man does not fit in to this at all. He is not one of these people.
Oh, and he's calling out Barbara. He's like, your family's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yeah. Oh, I loved that too. When Charlie was saying stuff about the family and then she's like, well, your family. He went, nope. We are not talking about my family right now. I swear to God. I was like, oh man, this dude is on the verge. He's gonna freak out. But yeah, so that was that. Oh, you gotta do our it's actually kind of funny. I already did the connection.
Oh, okay.
It was Danny Glover to Robert Pattinson, which I thought was just funny because we just did Kristen Stewart. I was like, that's kind of perfect. So yeah, Danny Glover to Robert Pattinson. This is going to be our next connection for next week. We're going to continue with the dysfunctional family block with one of my favorites. I really loved it.
But we're going in. It's a black comedy, not a tragic comedy or a dry comedy.
It's a dry comedy because it's very English.
It's very, but but I would consider more of a black comedy.
But Death at a Funeral.
Yeah, Death at a Funeral, as we said at the beginning as well.
The synopsis for that is
yeah, right.
Same thing as every other one.
It's funny is I'm like, yeah, no, I want to do like a family brought together under a tragic event that forces them into like one spot, kind of like what Thanksgiving is sometimes. Yeah.
Well, the only thing that is even funnier too, and I don't really remember this about Death at a Funeral, is the overbearing mother aspect. I don't remember the mother in Death at a Funeral.
I don't think she's that big of a...
I don't think she is.
But I've seen the American version. I haven't seen the British version.
Oh, you haven't? Cool. Right.
But I mean, it's the same script more or less.
Yeah, more or less.
It's just one is English people, one is a black family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because even Peter Dinklage still is
it's the same character.
Yeah, so there's a lot of just bringing it over.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna do that next week. That was August, Osage County, which is a 5 out of 5, which I'm very happy about. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook. On there, all of our promos. On all the promos are our link tree where you can find all of the ways to listen or watch. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, so on and so forth. Again, the connection was Danny Glover to Robert Pattinson. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
This is Tommy.
This is Jacob.
It's Tommy Jacobs
Mixtape.
Bye-bye.
Hey, have a good night, guys. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.